Hi everybody, Leslie here. I'm back with what I guess is now part 2 of my craft bargains that you can find on the high street. This again is for UK people, most likely. These are UK high street shops. I headed out over the weekend and I went to Poundland, Home Bargains and The Range. I thought I would show you some of the things I found, some I bought, some that I didn't buy but I thought, that's interesting. The first thing I found, this was in Poundland. I think number 6 is the beauty range, I guess. It's supposed to be sat this way round and have palettes and whatever in it. I spotted, before I bought it, it has got little feet so it can stand up. Down the bottom here, there are little feet, and you won't see a lot if I stand it up, but it is designed to stand up this way as well as lie down that way. So this was £6 and this is really solid clear acrylic. And I was thinking, well, hold on a minute, all these little dividers slide in and out. So you could use this for paper and have it this way up. But what I was thinking was, well, ink pads. And I thought, well, the most common sort of shape and size that pretty much everybody who crafts and does paper craft has is distress inks. So I thought I would check, squeak, and see how many would fit in here. Oh no, right. So we can get 2 distress inks side by side. So if you've got any of the minis, you could get, can we get 2 in there with it? No, it'd be a bit tight, but you could certainly get 2 bigs and a mini on one shelf. And I imagine you could get quite a few mini ink cubes on here. I think they're all the same size, the minis, pretty much. Yeah, you would easily, there's space to pull them out if you wanted to. And I was thinking, well, these just slide in and out, so you could put 6 on a shelf, and you could take the shelf out. And there's 7 shelves that pull out plus the base. So if you had like rainbow colours in mini ink cubes, you could certainly get 6, 6 pinks and reds, 6 orange and yellows, going down. And then when you wanted a colour range, take the whole shelf out. If you've got the little mini blending ones, yeah, they'd fit that way round, definitely. So yeah, you could get 2, and if you've got loads of these, you could get 2 of those on a shelf. They go that way? No, it won't quite go in that way. And I think mine are woodware ones, but I think they're all a fairly standard size, but you could certainly do that. So these are the Catherine Poole ones, and I think these are the same size as Crafter's Companion ones, and is it Hunky Dory that do them? But the oval size, and I don't have any but the old to new full size ovals. I don't know about the new circles, but the old ovals I think are pretty much the same dimensions, and there's a fair bit of wiggle room. So yeah, it sticks out at the front, but then that means you can grab them. So if you had them layered, yeah, there's plenty space for you to pull an individual one out in between. So that would look like, yeah, hard to show you like on an overhead, I know. So easily fits 3 across, which obviously if they were sat flat would be better. So you could get 24 ink pads of this shape in, only 16 unfortunately of the distress ink. And the other one that I know some people have, these are the Stampin' Up ones, so obviously they'd stick out a lot more. But would it hold on to them? It's probably not quite deep enough for the Stampin' Up pads, so they're going to slide forwards. For £6 you could use it this way, or like I say, stood up. All of these come out so you can fit whatever you want in that direction. I thought that was quite a bargain for something so sturdy. I went in Home Bargains, and I haven't been in a Home Bargains in ages, and they've really upped their craft game since I last went in, I have to say. Sarah Ashford is doing a partnership with them for the craft things, and I looked her up. She is a real person. She's like a quilter. I usually have a glass craft mat on here, but it's so cold to work on glass in winter that I've been looking for a different background that was a different colour so that the white will show up on it. This is an A3 cutting mat. I think they had it in pink, but I didn't see the pink in the shop. This was £4. Well, it was £3.99. But the thing I liked about it is because I use both inches and centimetres, this side is in centimetres and the grid lines are in centimetres. And on the other side, it's all marked out in inches. So these are half-inch squares on this side. So it's got both on it. Also, in the same range from Sarah Ashford, she had a load of different storage boxes. These were £1.49. There's 4 of them. These aren't movable compartments, and it has got the little ridge on the lid so that if you put smaller things in, they shouldn't jump between the compartments. At £1.49 for 4, I thought that they were an absolute bargain. So this next one, I bought it really for the contents, but they had the same box as a box separately. I'll just show you this one first though, because this was great. So this is 120 embroidery floss threads. It says there's 120 of them. It's got bobbins in it, and I do stitching on cards, so I make bookmarks and things with stitching dies. So it doesn't need to be the highest quality thread. It's not going on clothing and it's not going on pictures and things. This is perfectly adequate for me. For 120 threads plus the plastic bobbins plus the box, and there is dividers in here as well, that was £8. And I went into the range afterwards and checked the prices for the embroidery threads, because I would imagine they're a similar length and quality to the ones that you get in the really big bags in the range. And in the range, there were packs of 36 in various different colours, £3.99 each for the embroidery threads, which works out to about 11p for one thread. And this, if you just worked it on the threads, at £7.99 for 120 threads, that's 6.6p each. So 11p, it was just a tiny bit over 11p, to 6.6p, plus the box, plus the bobbin. So that £8, bargain. I'm just going to show you the box on the website. This is the Home Bargains website. Not everything that was on the shelf is available on the website. And it does say only a selections on the website, but here we go. This is, I think, the Sarah Ashford medium storage box. I think this is the same one. And it was £2.49. I'll stick a picture in of the shelf that I saw them on, and there were tons of them. And it says there's a large storage box as well at £3.49. This is the one I got. This is the Sarah Ashford embroidery threads, which were £7.99. So they're available on the website. The cutting mat, like I say, it comes in a pink variant as well as this nice turquoise green variant. There's a lot more in the shop than there is on the web page. And I did get one more thing. This was one of the paper pads. Again, I'll drop a picture in so that you can see what else was on the shelf. They had 6x6 inch pads, which is what this is, and these were 99p, and they had 29 centimetre square pads. So that's a bit smaller than 12 by 12, but they weren't 12 by 12 inches. For some reason were 6x6 inches and 29 centimetres square. Don't know why. But did I need more pattern paper? No. But these are actually really lovely. There's two, they are paper. They're 150 GSM. But look, there's 2 of each, but they're all double-sided, and they're actually foiled on one side, and then the other side is the same pattern without the foil. So if you don't like the foil, you can use the non-patterned one. And so if I show you like the double page, there's the non-foiled, and then that's what they've done with the foiling on top of the same pattern. So the same all the way through. And my excuse for doing this is because these are all sort of alcohol ink style backgrounds. I thought these would be really good for me not buying any alcohol inks. I don't own any alcohol inks. It's one of those things I keep looking at and thinking, well, I could try that. I love the look of it, but I'm not sure if I'd really use it. So I've had a pad from the Works that had similar sort of alcohol ink style backgrounds in, which I've used loads of. So my excuse is my 99p on this particular paper pad has probably saved me a small fortune in not going and buying alcohol inks. I'll just use the ready-made papers. So did I need it? No. Hopefully my justification makes sense to all you crafters out there though. So I went into the range and I saw this amazing thing. It was marked as £9.99, the one I saw, but it says on the website it's £6.99, so maybe if I had bought it, it would have come up at £6.99. I've been looking for many years at marker storage, and I think you will agree that that marker storage looks rather like a certain well-known American brand called ArtBin. The plastic insert looks just like this one. Now this insert on its own, the cheapest I found it was actually on Amazon, and it's £6.41 for just this insert. If I scroll down and show you this, correct me if I'm wrong, this ArtBin satchel, which is the one that coordinates with the insert, looks rather like the Range's website. This is £15.69. Now, I don't know, maybe you could get that cheaper somewhere, but I know the ArtBin products aren't cheap in the UK. Randomly, I found this item on sale in Homebase, of all places. Homebase used to stock the ArtBin thing. I don't think they stock it anymore. It doesn't show up on their website. And I got it in the sort of last chance to buy section for £2.50 just before Christmas, which is why I know the one in the range looks just like it. So this is the ArtBin one that I found for £2.50. This is what I've put it in. This is an IKEA Cuggis. So this is, it says no number 1 on it because it comes with a lid. And this, you can wedge it in there and it sits in there pretty solid. And of course I didn't bring any markers over, but you'll see with a pencil, it does exactly the same thing. I think if you can find in your local branch of the range that box for even if it's £9.99 at full price, not the £6.99, I think it's probably well worth it. I will explain to you the reason that I didn't buy it. When you open the lid, it's on a hinge and you can't take it off. So when you open it, you've got your box, which is 2 of these wide, so it's wider than this. And then you've got the lid that opens. I did open it and examine the hinge on it. You couldn't take it off without breaking the hinge because it's a plastic like rod that goes through. I knew it would drive me nuts. So if you do maybe craft on your dining table and you open things up and want to take them and carry them and put them away, or if you go to a lot of classes and you want to close the lid and be able to take it with you, it would still be perfect and an absolute bargain. However, for me, I don't think it would work, but just because of that massive lid opening. I've had boxes like this, which this one's filled with my large dies and it's really heavy. So it's the ones that you can find in the range. You can find these in Home Bargains, and I'm pretty certain they're all the same boxes. There's usually at least 2 sizes. I've got some of the smaller ones. I should have pulled this one out in the first place. This one's much lighter. So this is my bits box. This is one of the smaller ones, so it's not as wide. I think the dimensions on these, I think they're all 31-ish centimetres long. This, which is the narrower one, about 16 centimetres wide, and then the wider one is 21 centimetres wide. I did a quick price comparison. In Home Bargains, the larger ones were £2.49. and the smaller ones were £1.99. And then in the range, they were £2.99 for the larger ones, so that's 50p more. They were £2.79 for the smaller ones, which is 80p more. So at the moment, Home Bargains are winning on these. They're not quite as sturdy as some of them that you can get out there, but for the money, they are really quite good. And I actually use these in my fridge, which is their intended purpose as well. There's some of my stitched things, which is, there we go. That's what I was using the embroidery thread for. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon in another crafty video. Bye for now.